are we alone in the universe? It's got to be one of the oldest, most profound questions humanity has ever asked, right? For literally centuries, this was a question for philosophers, for poets, for dreamers. But what if we could turn it into a real, actual, data-driven science? Well, that's exactly what a new generation of astronomers is trying to do. And this is the big one. This is the question at the heart of it all. Not just, is there any life out there, but is there intelligent, communicative life? Civilizations that we could, in theory, actually find. I mean, getting an answer to that, a real number, would change absolutely everything about our place in the cosmos. So, to get a handle on this monumental question, way back in 1961, the legendary astronomer Frank Drake came up with a framework. It wasn't just some wild guess. It was this beautiful, elegant equation, a structured way to think about all the different things that would have to go right for a civilization to pop up. And it was brilliant. I mean, it took this impossibly huge question and broke it down into smaller, bite-sized pieces we could actually think about. But there was a catch, a big one. The whole equation relied on us plugging in single-point estimates for variables we knew next to nothing about. It was pretty much built on educated guesses. And this right here just lays the problem out perfectly. You could plug in your optimistic numbers and get millions of civilizations buzzing around the galaxy. Or you could plug in pessimistic ones and get, well, just us. A range this massive, we're talking 9 orders of magnitude, is more of a philosophical tool than a scientific one. You can't really make a testable prediction with that. So, all of that sets the stage for a much-needed 21st century solution. It's called the Brown-Drake Resonance Equation, or BDR for short. And look, this isn't just some minor tweak, it's a complete overhaul of that original idea, built from the ground up for our modern data-rich era of astronomy.
Okay, so what's the big upgrade here? Let's break it down. The old equation gave you one single fixed number. The BDR, on the other hand, uses something called Bayesian probability to give you a credible range of answers. And here's the coolest part. Instead of being static, it's dynamic. It literally learns and updates its own predictions every single time we discover a new exoplanet or find a potential biosignature.
Think of it like this. The old equation was like a single photograph, a snapshot in time based on what we guessed back in the 60s. The BDR is more like a living model, a live feed. It's constantly refining its focus as new light, new data from the universe comes in. It fully acknowledges what we don't know and then gets more and more confident as we learn more. All right, and this is where the story takes a really fascinating and kind of deeply personal turn. Because the BDR's biggest innovation isn't just about the stars out there, it's about us, right here. It gives us a mathematical framework for tackling one of the most chilling concepts in all of cosmology, the Great Filter. So, the Great Filter, what is it? It's basically a proposed answer to the question, if the universe is so huge, where is everybody? It suggests there's some incredibly difficult, maybe even impossible hurdle that life has to clear to become advanced and detectable. And the terrifying question, of course, is whether that filter is in our past or still waiting for us in our future. You see, the original Drake equation had just one variable for all of this, L, the lifetime of a civilization. And honestly, it was a complete guess, a total shot in the dark. The BDR just tosses that out. It replaces that one giant guess with something much more powerful, a series of specific, measurable survival probabilities. And this breakdown is really the crucial part. First up, you've got P-int. That's the probability of not wiping ourselves out. Think resource wars, runaway AI, that kind of thing. Then there's P-ext, which is about surviving the universe itself. Giant asteroid impacts or gamma ray bursts. And finally, P-trans, which is the chance of not becoming undetectable, maybe by choosing to go silent or uploading consciousness into some form we'd never recognize. The BDR takes this abstract idea of survival and turns it into a concrete problem of risk analysis. And by reframing the whole survival question like this, the BDR does something incredible. It creates this unexpected and profound link between the search for extraterrestrial intelligence and our own actions right here on planet Earth. This literally changes the entire nature of the search. And here it is. This is the stunning conclusion from the research behind the BDR. The single biggest variable, the one number that throws all of our calculations for a loop when we look for life out there, is the uncertainty surrounding our own survival, our own fate. And if you need to see it to believe it, Just look at this chart. It drives the point home like nothing else. Thanks to amazing telescopes like Kepler and Webb, our uncertainty about stars and planets, it's getting smaller every single day. But our uncertainty about our own PINT, our ability to not self-destruct, it's enormous. It's that giant bar on the right. And mathematically, that huge uncertainty completely dominates the entire equation for the whole galaxy. Just let that sink in for a second. According to this framework, when we work on things like climate change or nuclear de-escalation or AI safety, we are doing more than just saving ourselves. We are gathering crucial data. We are narrowing the error bars on a cosmic calculation. We are quite literally doing astrophysics. So, what does all of this mean for the future? Well, the BDR doesn't just give us a new equation. It gives us a whole new perspective, and maybe even a new mandate for how we approach this grand cosmic search. So to wrap it all up, what are the big takeaways? This new equation transforms the search for aliens from pure guesswork into a real falsifiable science. Its answer actually evolves as we learn more, but most importantly, it creates this quantifiable mathematical link between our own survival and the probability of life elsewhere, which gives us a powerful statistical reason to invest in our own future. In the end, this new approach does something truly remarkable. It takes that telescope we've been pointing at the stars and it turns it right back around on ourselves. The search for alien intelligence becomes a mirror, forcing us to confront the very same challenges that any civilization on any world must eventually face. Which leaves us with one final, provocative thought. Maybe the best way to find evidence of intelligent life somewhere else in the universe is to first make damn sure that we remain a shining example of it right here. Are the two goals, finding them and saving us, actually one and the same mission?